Manchester United are back. New manager, Champions League confirmed, 5 summer signings incoming, and the most important rebuild this club has seen in years is about to begin. But here's what nobody's talking about. The man they just handed the keys to, most United fans didn't even see this coming. Welcome to Red Break. And this is where it all starts. What is going on, everyone? Welcome to Red Break, your #1 source for Manchester United news and transfers. This is our first ever video, and honestly, we couldn't have picked a better moment to launch. Because right now, Old Trafford is buzzing. The dressing room has life again, and the summer window is about to get absolutely wild. In today's video, we're covering everything. We're going through what has been one of the most chaotic seasons in recent United history. How Michael Carrick walked in and completely flipped the script. The transfer targets that are going to reshape this squad, and what the 2026-27 season could actually look like for the Red Devils. This is a big one. Don't skip a second. Let's go. Right, to understand where United are going, we need to talk about where they've been. Because this season, it started as a disaster. Ruben Amorim came in with a big reputation, a bold system, and the promise of a new era. And for a while, people believed it. But the results didn't come. The performances were inconsistent. The players looked lost in his system. And the atmosphere at Old Trafford, toxic, doesn't even cover it. January 2026, Amorim is sacked. And honestly, at that point, a lot of United fans were just done, tired, fed up. You could feel it. But then something happened that nobody, and I mean nobody, expected. Michael Carrick walked back through those doors at Carrington and everything changed. Now, Carrick wasn't the sexy name. He wasn't the big European manager they were supposedly chasing. He was the quiet one, the one who understood the club from the inside, the one who actually cared. And within weeks, the results started coming. Wins over Manchester City, Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool. Nah, this is actually crazy. In 15 games under Carrick, United won 10. They finished the season in the Champions League places. A club that looked finished in January qualified for the biggest competition in European football. That's not just a good run, that's a statement. And as of this week, it's official. Michael Carrick has signed a permanent contract as Manchester United head coach, running until 2028 with an option for a further year. This is massive. Let me tell you why. A lot of people were nervous about this decision. They wanted a bigger name, a proven Champions League manager, someone from abroad. But here's what INEOS did differently this time. They didn't just look at results. They looked at what was happening behind the scenes, at Carrington, in the dressing room, in the relationships between the staff and the players. And what they found was a completely different atmosphere. Kobbie Mainoo, one of United's brightest young stars, literally admitted it was difficult for him under Amorim. Players weren't playing, weren't talking, weren't believing. Carrick walked in and rebuilt all of that. Sir Jim Ratcliffe met him personally, multiple times. He didn't just rubber stamp this, he was involved every step of the way. And Director of Football Jason Wilcox, he led the whole process. He watched Carrick closely, assessed his tactical work, his man management, his ability to handle the pressure of managing this club. And they all came to the same conclusion. He's the one. But wait, the appointment is just the beginning, because Carrick reportedly made 3 major demands of INEOS before he agreed to sign that contract. And those demands, they go straight to the transfer window. Right, this is where it gets good. Manchester United want at least 5 signings this summer. 5. That's not a tweak, that's a rebuild. 3 central midfielders, a left back and a backup striker. Now, let's break these down one by one, because some of these names are absolutely elite. Midfield, the big targets. First up, Sandro Tonali. Newcastle United. And honestly, this would be a statement signing. Tonali is one of the best midfielders in the Premier League right now. He's box to box, he's physical, he's technically incredible. And Newcastle, they're not happy about it, but United and Arsenal are both knocking on the door. The asking price has been revealed. It's not cheap, but Carrick wants midfielders who can dominate, and Tonali fits that profile perfectly. Then there's Elliot Anderson, Nottingham Forest. This one's interesting, because guess who personally praised Anderson just days ago? Carrick himself. He said, and I'm paraphrasing, "I think he offers so much." That's not a coincidence. That's a manager telling his club who he wants. Adam Wharton from Crystal Palace has been tracked. Carlos Baleba from Brighton. João Gomez from Wolves. Mateus Fernandes from West Ham, who Liverpool and Arsenal are also chasing, by the way. The midfield rebuild is real, and it's going to completely change how this team plays. The wild card, Camavinga. But here's the one that made my jaw drop. Eduardo Camavinga, Real Madrid, 23 years old, one of the most technically gifted midfielders in the world. United and Liverpool are both in the race. Camavinga is ready to leave Real Madrid, and his price tag has been revealed by sources. This would be insane. I'm not even joking. What about Rashford? And quickly, Marcus Rashford, because everyone's been asking. Reports this week confirmed Rashford is not looking to return to Aston Villa after his loan spell. What his future holds? That's still unclear. But one thing is certain. United's attack is going to look very different next season. And that's actually exciting. Now let's talk football, because formations and signings mean nothing if the system doesn't work. What has Carrick actually done differently? Why did players respond so quickly? A few things stand out. First, he simplified things. Amorim came in with a very specific 3-4-3 structure that required every player to understand a very precise way of playing. Transitioning from the back, high press triggers, specific movement patterns. For some players, especially the younger ones and the ones who'd been at the club for years, it just didn't click. Carrick came in and gave them freedom within structure. He trusted the players. He made them feel important again. Second, he used the right players in the right positions. Kobbie Mainoo, back to his best. Bruno Fernandes, influential again. The whole team started to look connected. And third, results against the big clubs. Beating Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool in the same half season. That doesn't happen by accident. That's a manager who has studied these teams, who's tactically prepared, who gets the best out of his players on the biggest occasions. This is the part where I'll say something that might upset people. Carrick might be better suited to managing this club than any of the names they were supposedly chasing. He knows the culture. He knows what it means to wear that shirt. He knows the pressure. He lived it for over a decade as a player. And right now, that matters more than a CV full of European trophies. Look, I want to take a second here, because beyond all the tactics and transfers, this moment actually means something. Manchester United fans have been through it, and I mean through it. The years since Ferguson, the managers, the false dawns, the disappointments, the seasons where you watched your club just drift. And every time a new manager came in, there was hope. And then there was pain. So when Carrick took over in January, a lot of fans were cautious, didn't want to get excited, didn't want to feel that again. And then he beat City, then Arsenal, then Chelsea, then Liverpool. And slowly, people started believing again. The atmosphere at Old Trafford changed. The noise came back. The belief came back. And now, he's the permanent manager, with Champions League football secured, with a summer window that could genuinely transform this squad. This club might actually be on the right path. I said what I said. Right, let's paint the picture of what next season could actually look like. Champions League football. back at the top table of European football, playing against the best clubs in the world. A midfield that, if they land even 2 of these targets, could be among the best in the Premier League. Imagine Tonali and Camavinga in the same midfield alongside Menu. Nah, that's actually unreal. And a manager who has the full backing of ownership, who has the dressing room, who has the tactical clarity, and who is, apparently, already making demands about how this rebuild is done. This isn't the same Manchester United that was falling apart in January. The question now is, can they sustain it? Can they build on it? Can the summer window deliver what Carrick needs? Because here's the thing about summer windows at big clubs. It's easy to identify the targets. What's hard is actually getting them through the door. Tonali won't come cheap. Camavinga will have serious competition. And Anderson, Forest won't just hand him over. This summer is going to be a battle. And we're going to be here covering every single move, every leak, every rumour, every done deal, every press conference, every detail. That's what Red Break is here for. So, to summarise what we covered today, Michael Carrick, permanent United manager, contract until 2028, fully backed by Ratcliffe and INEOS. 5 summer signings incoming: Tonali, Anderson, Camavinga potentially, a left-back, a striker. A squad rebuild that could define the next 3 to 4 years of this club. And a fan base that, for the first time in a long time, actually has a reason to be excited. Look, United aren't back yet. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. There's still a lot of work to do, a lot of transfers to get right, a lot of games to win. But the foundation feels different. And that is everything. If you're new here, welcome to Red Break. Subscribe, hit the bell, because this summer we are going to be relentless with the coverage. Every transfer update, every Carrick press conference breakdown, every squad analysis. You do not want to miss what's coming. The Red Devils reported right. I'll see you in the next one.